everyone, this is Sandra at Spirit of Avalon. So today I thought I would do the hashtag that's been going around recently called Top 11 Current Favourite Decks, and this is a VR to Amethyst Ascension, who created the tag, and also to Antoinette Tarot and Jewelry, where I first saw the tag. So current favorite decks, so I have a selection of decks that I've been using currently, both Oracle and Tarot. So let's get started. So this one is the Gothic Literature Tarot, which I've shown recently, so we won't like linger on it, but I love this deck. It is so good, and yes, it's dark, but I like dark decks. And you know, these cards are like a storybook to me. When I lay the cards down, it's like reading a story. So that's just how I use this deck. Obviously anyone can use any deck whichever way they like, but that's just how this deck works for me, and it's very good, and it doesn't pull any punches. It will have you delving into things that maybe you might not want to, but it wants you to. It's telling you you must. So yeah, so that is the Gothic Literature Tarot. And what I've been using kind of alongside that has been, this is the Haunted Manor Oracle by Syrian Shadow, which is out of print, but this works very well with this. So this is the Haunted Manor Oracle, and I've been loving these together. I mean, look at the backs. I mean, it's the same creator, so you would expect them to work well together, wouldn't you? So yeah, I've been loving this. It almost gives you like tingles up the spine, like, oh, you know, it's just so good together. So hide and seek and 8 of torches, look. Patience is a virtue, lock gates. But yeah, so I've shown this one as well recently, so I don't want to linger too long on it, plus the fact that it is out of print, I'm afraid, guys. But you know, it was sent to me by a lovely subscriber. So that's that one, and the Gothic Literature Tarot. So another one that I'm going to show alongside that, so that is that's 2 out of the 11. So number 3 is going to be the Bloodlands Oracle by Honorary Abbott, and this one was sent to me as a gift from Simon, my friend Simon over at the Hermit's Cave, because I'd said I was going to get it because I thought it would go really well with this, and it does. So many good pairings with this deck. So look at this, the moon and the lightning strike, the sun, the dolmen, judgment and darkness, king of chalices, the moon bow. Look how cool this just looks. Four of torches and the distant range, a cascade, the old bridge, six of torches, cloud veil, seven of torches. I mean, look at this smoky sky and the cloud veil, the meadow. I just love that it's in this black and white. I quite like black and white decks anyway. I haven't shown this one on my channel because you know, Simon's already done a walkthrough of this deck, unless any of you want to see separate walkthroughs. If you want to see walkthroughs of any of these decks that I haven't already done walkthroughs of, then please just leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll happily do that for you. So any of the decks that I haven't already shown, like this one for instance, Bloodlands, I haven't done a full walkthrough of, but you can see that it's it goes well with the Gothic literature, and the edges are red but they're starting to kind of wear a little bit, so I might just go over them myself. But anyway, so that is the Bloodlands Oracle, which I really love, really enjoy that one. So that is a definite current favourite, the Bloodlands Oracle. So we'll put the Gothic literature away now. I mean, there's still a couple that would go with this one anyway. There's quite a few of my decks that will go with the Gothic literature because I've got quite a few kind of darker decks and they all kind of do go together. Let me just get these back in the box. I need a bag for this deck, the box is so huge. But anyway, that's those. So how many have we done? 1, 2, 3. So we've done 3 at the moment. So next is going to be another Oracle, and this is the Gothica Revealed. I've had this for quite a while, a couple of years I think, and I do really like it. This is by Kate Osborne. It's a mass market deck, has lovely red edges as you can see here. Just move the box out of the way. You can see the nice red edges on this, but this is a cool one. You can imagine this would go really well with the Gothic literature, any kind of dark decks really. Look at the backs of these. I love the backs. I'm hoping this is in shot for you guys. I don't want half of it to be cut off. So yeah, castle and homecoming, carriage, travel. So you can see how this also, and I've been trying out all these different decks with the Gothic literature and they all go. Candle and enlightenment, haunted house, suspicion, but I don't see this deck very much. I don't even know actually, although it was mass market, whether it's still available or not. I'm assuming it is, but look at this haunted house, suspicion. I love it. You see, and a lot of people would probably use these decks at Halloween, Samhain, whatever, but I just use them anytime. I love it. Look at these bats. Folly and deception. Flesh, Temptation. See, this would also go, see, we've got Dracula here. This would also go, I think, with the Tarot of Vampires, the one that is now out of print, the Ian Daniels one. You could put this with that if you were doing pairings. See, Dr. Jekyll, that's what I love. Characters from literature, Dr. Frankenstein, so like our Gothic literature tarot deck. So this is perfect, isn't it, for that? Look, Dorian Gray, that's why I love this. And of course the Black Dog Guardian, but he's more of a Doberman type dog. Dagger, Penetrate, Coffin, Respite. I love these, and I love this as well, where it's like turned back pages or turned paper, or opening wallpaper in a room and seeing this. Cave, Caution, Cat, Companion, of course, Black Cats, Past, and Ruins. So yeah, so this is a really, really good one. I love this one. This is a definite favourite of mine. And again, this with the Void Tarot, which is a recent one to my collection. She does small print runs, and I do believe it was available again recently, but I don't know if there's any left. And I know she said that she's not doing any more until April, but it looks like you will be able to get it again. So this is the Void Tarot with this. So look at this Castle, Homecoming, and the Moon. Sorry about any outside noise from the road. See, these cards are glossy. These are that Rose Petal. They're not the thickest card though. I will say they're quite thin. Look at this Enlightenment and the Empress candle. Look at her and Empress here. Haunted House, and look at this figure. So cool. Oops. See, this is the trouble. You end up picking up more than one card because they're thin. They are quite thin. But I'm glad I've got it. I'm not overly bothered about the oh, look at her and this one. Retreat, Gated Arch, and Page of Pentacles. It's just really, I know I'm not supposed to be showing pairings because this is supposed to be our favourites, but these two are, they're part of the favourites. So as I said, that is the Void Tarot. That is in this box. That is the Void Tarot, which is an indie deck that was available again, but I'm not sure now if it is or not. And then we will put away the Gothica Revealed Oracle. And as I said, this was a mass market deck, but I'm not sure if it's still available because the publisher is a different publisher. It's Solaris Limited. You get 48 cards in this deck, so a fair few, quite a good size for a mass market oracle, because a lot of them only have 30 to 35 cards now, which I always think is a bit short. So next, so how many have we done? 1, 2, 3, we've done 5, so 6 will be the Crow Tarot. This I had to repurchase because I messed up the edges on the first deck that I had, but on this one I haven't. I've coloured them in a metallic gold Sharpie, which I think goes quite well with the lines here in the back. So this came out quite nicely this time, no mess on the fronts of the cards, because I tried to do something I shouldn't with the last deck and it totally didn't work. Just messed up the cards. This I love, the crows. And I do like MJ Cullinane's decks. I've got nearly all of hers. I think I have the Forest Oracle. There's a Forest Oracle she did, and I don't have that, but the others, most of the others I do have, and they read really well. This is the mass market version of the Crow Tarot. Some of hers I have indie, and a couple, this one and Guardians of the Night are mass market, and the Urban Crow is mass market. The others I have are indie. So this, I mean, you'd think, oh, a deck just with crows might not read that well, but it actually does. I mean, look at this Knight of Wands. This is so cool. Look at that. You totally get the meaning from that. Queen of Wands, love this. Look at her sitting on that wand with those two lions. I love the sunflowers in this too. And it's one that I pull out quite often. I love that in a lot of the pictures the crows are sitting on top of wolves or lions or something. I mean, whether this reads, I mean, because for a long time I didn't pick up this deck, and whether it reads better for me now because I have more links with the Morrigan, a bit more now, so whether that has anything to do with it, I don't know, but I know that I'm really loving this deck, even though again it's an older deck. But I think it's a popular one, and I think there's a pocket edition now as well. But it does read very well. It really good readings, to the point, and you know, you can't really be off of what they're saying, you know. You lay the cards out and it's like, right, I get that. It's totally like really readable, this deck. So that is the Crow Tarot, which is the mass market, and as I said, I did the edges myself, so it doesn't actually come like that. That's the Crow Tarot. So that is now how many? 6. 1, 2, 3. Losing count already. 6. So let's do the Scarab and Dahlia, or Dahlia. In the UK we tend to say Dahlia, but I know in the States it's Dahlia. This is such a good deck, and this I was fortunate enough to be able to trade for this deck. So I traded with Simon over at the Hermit's Cave, my friend Simon. I traded the Tarot of Oneness, I think it was, for this, because it was one that had been on his wish list for a while, that I knew, you know, he wanted. So we traded, and this card stock, I could just sit here honestly going through these cards even if I wasn't reading them. It's so good. It's nice and thick, but does have a bend, and it's just, it's the smell of it as well. And they're so good to shuffle. It's one of those decks you just want to sit there shuffling it, because it's so good to shuffle. And it's a collage deck, and I don't like all collage decks, not all. Some I like, some I don't. This one, I loved it from the outset when I first saw it. Love the backs too. It's like, you know, the Ritual Tarot is one that is popular, but that one doesn't speak to me like this one does. Not that there's anything wrong with that deck, because it's very popular with people. It just doesn't speak to me. I love this Queen of Swords. This one, every time I look at that, reminds me of, I don't know if it's Jason and the Argonauts or Clash of the Titans, where the goddess doesn't want to give up her owl, so she makes a mechanical one, replica, to give to Perseus. And that's what that reminds me of, but it's just so good. And it reads nicely. And I just like, you know, there's a lot to kind of really look at in the cards, even if you kind of, you do a spread and you look and you think, oh, hang on a minute. And of course, always I'm thinking anyway, RWS when I read cards. But sometimes with decks like this, you get like an intuitive hit as well, or the intuitive hit might come more to the fore than the meaning that you actually know. So yeah, such a good deck. And I know for people in the UK that I think Cheryl still has some over at Oneness Emporium, if she was able to get a few of these. I love this though, look at that, how they've incorporated like a medieval scene into that. I love this one too. I could just go through this whole deck, just, oh, I love it, I love it. Yeah, so really happy to have this, and it's a definite favourite. It's on the favourites trolley. And it's edged in a lovely silver. But yes, if you're interested and you're in the UK, I think Cheryl still has some copies of this left. I think she's selling them for £75, which is not bad considering what you'd have to pay if you got it from the States, you know, with shipping and tax and everything else that they put on top. So that is 7. So number 8, let's go for something a little bit lighter, because as you've probably noticed, a lot of my decks are dark, but that's just me. The Cantigee Oracle. Now I haven't had this very long, only a couple of weeks. I bought it when I was with my friend Richard from Longman Tarot in London, and it's a round deck, but I love the artwork, and it's been on my wish list for like ever. And I saw it in Watkins and I was like, right, that's it, I'm getting it. There's only 2 copies there, so I thought, okay. I love, as well as the artwork, I love the words at the bottom. Your pinky finger turns into a bird. It's just so different. What was this one? The chasm shrinks as you step across. It's just so good. A charmed leap. A swarm of bees. A fierce desert flower. And I do have a tarot deck that is round that I haven't tried with this yet, but I might do. It's called the Accurate AF Tarot. I'm not going to say the actual words. It does just say Accurate AF Tarot on it. A swan in a crowd of crows, and I managed to get that on eBay, so I haven't had that one long either, so I've not tried these together. The Voice of the Moon, but I think they might go well together, and they're both round decks. Look at this, all intelligent tentacles, and they really are octopus, intelligent creatures. It's like as if they're not from this planet. Licking dew from green leaves. Just love this. And the book, I haven't read all of the book, but the book is meant to be very good, and it does look it from the bits I've read. Look at all the faces in this one. Your delight charms the world. Every star is a doorknob. How good is this? Guided by Polaris. In the garden of lost teeth. Oh God. The Calving Glacier. Calving Glacier. That's the only thing. One of my cards has got a bit of a bend in it. It's the only thing. And they were wrapped in plastic, but I'm not going to make a big thing out of that. It's just a little crease in the card. But they were wrapped in plastic, so you can't say that they'd been messed with before. The wounded harpy eagle. Wingless, you fall into the sea. Yeah, it's so good. Really like it. So I'm glad that I picked that one up finally, after it being on my wish list. Well, it's been on and off my wish list actually, but in the end I thought, right, if Watkins have that deck, I'm getting it. And they did, just 2 copies. So I thought, right, that I'm meant to get it. So that's number 8. So next we have, and this is another one that I've shown recently because I also acquired this in Watkins in London as well when I was with Richie. And it's the Southern Gothic Oracle. So again, I'll only show a few of the cards because I've recently done a walkthrough of this. But this is really good. I like it so much. Again, I'm really glad I was able to pick this one up because I've wanted it for a while, and I might get the botanical one to go with it possibly, but we'll see. And I know it's all to do with the southern US, but I've just always been drawn to it, so I thought, why not get it? And so far it's given good readings. I like the keywords as well on this, they're really good. So it works very well, or it is working well at the moment. So yeah, so that is the Southern Gothic Oracle deck. Okay, and another one that I've only just started working with actually, and Simon also gave me this one, I think when I last visited him in Nottingham, and this is the original deck, the Fallen Angel Oracle cards, and this is the original before it was reprinted. I'm sure that's what he said. And I'm sure he did say he did the edges, blacked the edges, I think so. And I thought, because this is all kind of, as it says, fallen angels, some people would say demons, and it's all kind of gravestones or grave images. And I haven't worked with it before, but I thought it might go well with some of my darker decks. So I'm only just starting to use this, so, and I do really like it, so it is in my favourites at the moment, at the present time, because of course we always change out our favourites anyway, don't we? This is, as it says in the title, current favourites. So this one I've put there, even though maybe it shouldn't be here because I've only just started using it, but I do really like it. So yeah, for a long time I kind of was undecided about it. First of all, years ago I was like, no, I don't want that deck. Then, oh, I might like that deck. And then, you know, Simon was letting it go, and I kind of said, not sure, even when I was with him. And I think he did say, I think you'd probably like that one. And of course he was right. So we've got the name of the fallen angel, and we have a number and a keyword. So at least you have a keyword to kind of help you a bit with this. Or you could definitely get intuitive hits from this, because I would, or have got intuitive hits with this. So definitely. So that is the fallen angel oracle, and those are the backs. And you can get this, but I think it's been reprinted now. I don't know if the cards are exactly the same, maybe because these ones are glossy, but the reprint might be matte, I don't know. Just put those into there later. It's because I'm trying to put them long ways, because they do fit like that. Right, now to lighten it a bit, after you've seen all my dark decks, or mostly dark decks, so to lighten things a little bit, I thought, let's have a look at a deck that I have been using, and is very cool and very light. So let's show you. It's a fun deck, and you know, if you just want like a happy deck, so this is the Caticorn tarot. And I know some people will be like, oh my gosh, you know, is it for kids? I don't care if it's meant to be. I don't know if it is, but I don't mind even if it's meant to be. I really like it. So this is the Caticorn tarot. So let's see the cards. So, oops, get some cat hair off. So unprofessional. So this I love. Look at this. I mean, seriously, look. Oh, he's struggling there with that, trying to pull it up the steps. Look at the little unicorn horns. Look at the little mouse. Look at these backs. So good as well. I love this. This is one of those decks that when you use it, you can't help smiling. I absolutely love it. I loved it from the minute I saw Simon show it. And of course he gifted it to me. But look at these 3 of Cups kittens. Oh my gosh. 4 of Cups. A tail. Oh no. Yeah, that'd be here. Sort of wreckage that happens here with my 3. But they're so cute, even with those little horns on the head. Look at this, what it's dreaming about. But it's lovely if you just want a cute, happy, fun, nothing too serious deck. And surprisingly, you might think, it does give really good readings. Very soft, putting it nicely to you. not hard hitting. So if you want a deck like that and you love cats, this might be one for you. If you love cute and want a deck that is not going to be like kicking your butt, giving it to you nicely, then this might. I love this full card. I love his rainbow coloured tail and horn. It's one of my favourite full cards. Look at that little mouse on top. Look at our magician. So yeah, the Caticorn tarot deck, and this is by Pamela Chen, which some of you will know her work anyway. But it's so cute, and I just love this. It's out on my trolley all the time, this one. So I have a couple of actual tarot trolleys, and current decks or new decks tend to be on there, or ones that I've got to do walkthroughs of. So that is the 11 decks, but I'm going to do an honorary mention, because this one I didn't want to put into current favourites, because I thought, well, it's only just come literally a couple of days ago. This arrived on Monday, and I found it on a tarot trade group that I'm in, and luckily I went on there and the post had only been put up 5 minutes before I went onto the group, and it is the House, and this is the red edition, so it's the 8th edition, so it's the current one, but it is out of print now, which is another reason I was a little bit about showing it. But I have not worked with this, so I will just show you a few of the cards, because I don't really like showing things that are out of print, because I just think it's not fair. But I love the artwork on this, and I used to have this deck, but I had it in the green edition and I didn't like that. I didn't like colouring. Love the backs on this red one, but I love the colouring in all the cards on this. And this is a Marseille deck, actually. It's a Marseille style deck, but obviously done differently to traditional Marseille. I mean, just look at the artwork. It's so good. So maybe, you know, this is the thing to get me into Marseille decks. Because this was one that I've wanted back in my collection, but just in a different colour. I didn't even mind if it was the previous edition. It's just that this one came up and I grabbed it because I knew it would go really quickly if I wasn't quick myself. So I was lucky, really lucky to get this, and I'm very pleased with it. So I've only looked through the cards, obviously, and checked that they're all there, because you never know. But the person selling it is a well-known person on the trade group, so I was happy to go ahead with purchasing it from them. Look at this for the sun. How lovely is that? So I'm sure this will be a favourite. It's just I didn't want to really include it properly as the current. I mean, look at that, as the current favourites, because I've not worked with it yet, so it kind of wouldn't be fair. Plus the fact that it's out of print, and I'm never keen to show decks that are out of print, really. I know House does do other editions now and then, but she probably won't ever reprint this particular colourway. Anyway, guys, that is all of my 11 current favourite decks. So thank you to Amethyst Ascension for this tag, and also Antoinette Tarot and Jewellery, where I saw the tag first. I hope you enjoyed seeing this and my current favourites, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.